Hello, my name is John Huang, and this is my persuasion speech. What makes you happy? Is it Christmas time when there's gifts for everyone in the family under the tree? Or maybe it's Thanksgiving time when the whole family sits around the dinner table and reflects on what makes them happy. Maybe it's when you're alone and you relax thinking that you don't have any responsibilities for a while. Our source of happiness is limitless, and everyone has a different perception of what makes them happy. There's many lengths that people will go for just to achieve happiness, whether that is through success, drugs, alcohol, or even suicide. This search for happiness is what drives most people in this world. Every year there is a World Happiness Report, and for the last 2 years, Finland had the highest happiness report compared to every country in this world. In comparison, the United States this year was rated at 19th. What makes the difference between the United States and Finland? One of the things that Finland provides to their citizens for this higher happiness index is free healthcare. The United States doesn't have access to free healthcare, for the whole nation at least. Instead, we have the option to pay for monthly healthcare. Besides paying, there are many jobs that offer healthcare as a benefit for working for them. The lack of healthcare in this country could be one of those things that are detrimental to our overall happiness. Healthcare is something that is mentioned in every election and something that the citizens of this country fight for. Finland has free healthcare and their happiness index is at the highest. However, correlation doesn't equal causation, and we don't know if that's what truly makes the citizens of Finland happy. Today, I'm an advocate for healthcare, and I want to share the importance of healthcare and how it provides for the country and why it should be offered free to every citizen of the United States. I think something we can discuss first is our healthcare policies and why we don't have free healthcare to begin with. In 2010, with the newly elected President Obama, he started what was known as Obamacare. This helped deliver health insurance to people with lower incomes and it made the effort to make sure everyone was insured with healthcare. This was a small change that expanded healthcare in this country, but then after Trump was elected in 2017, he slashed this policy. Questions were made as to why he did that. We remind ourselves that if we're going to have universal healthcare, we're going to have to pay more taxes. Having higher tax rates is going to help the government pay for healthcare for everyone, on top of the other things that our taxes are already going to. This is one of the reasons that make people want to stray away from this concept of free healthcare. In hindsight, however, what do we find more important to us? A few extra dollars? Or having the safety of mind that whatever we do in the hospital is going to back us up? Now that we have a basic understanding of healthcare, we should understand how it helps us overall. Healthy System Tracker is a website that keeps track of how our healthcare system is doing. It takes in basic statistics in comparison throughout the years that really show how well our healthcare system is doing. One of the most interesting statistics that I saw was the mortality rate in the US from 1980 to 2017. We can see that per 100,000 people that in 1980 there was a mortality rate of around 1,100. Later in 2017 we can see that it dropped significantly to around 730. But we see something interesting. After 2010, when Obama was inducted and Obamacare was active, we don't see much of a change. We can see that it ranges between 750 and 730, sometimes bouncing up and down. It's possible that we can credit this to our technological and scientific advances more than we can credit it to our distribution of healthcare. Imagine if everyone in this world had accessibility to these advancements. don't you think that it would be possible for us to decrease this amount by a much more significant amount? We can see that some mortality rates, such as maternal, have also been increasing. This could be due to a lack of healthcare being distributed to pregnant women. In this harsh reality, there isn't any way to predict what's going to happen. The lives of our loved ones are constantly at risk due to the things that we're unable to control. My Twitter feed is flooded with stories of diabetes patients that have died because they're unable to afford their insulin. By having national health insurance, people with diabetes won't have to worry about their insulin input and the cost of them. Imagine a loved one not being able to be saved because of the lack of health insurance that prevents them from being treated. Having proper healthcare can change the lives of many, whether it's from allowing them to live longer and healthier, or even if it's the ability to change their lifestyle so that they don't have to worry about what's to come. We've come a long way as a society, and we've made lots of scientific and technological advances. We should have the accessibility to share this with everyone and to make sure everyone has access to it. So what can we do moving forward? With the new presidential election coming up for 2020, you should look at the candidates that have healthcare policy. But just because you vote for these people doesn't mean their policies will be active. It's important for you to vote in every election, even if it's not presidential, so that we can get healthcare improved. Even if you think one individual doesn't make a difference, we need to always be reminded that every vote counts. We can't be like Finland. We're the United States of America. In many aspects, our country could be considered better. How much better do you think this country would be if we were able to provide free healthcare to everyone in this country? Don't you think that everyone would be a little more happy? Thank you.